Hi friends, and welcome to Book a Day for Little Learners. Today we're going to read Yertle the Turtle. This book is actually by Dr. Seuss, and it actually has a few stories in it, but today we're just going to read Yertle the Turtle. We'll do the other stories a different day. On the faraway island of Salamasan, Yertle the Turtle was king of the pond. A nice little pond. It was clean. It was neat. The water was warm. There was plenty to eat. The turtles had everything turtles might need, and they were all happy. Quite happy indeed. They were until Yertle, the king of them all, decided the kingdom he ruled was too small. I'm ruler, said Yertle, of all that I see, but I don't see enough. That's the trouble with me. With this stone for a throne, I look down on my pond, but I cannot look down on the places beyond. This throne that I sit on is too low, too low down. It ought to be higher, he said with a frown. If I could sit high, how much greater I'd see. What a king. I'd be ruler of all I could see. So Yertle the Turtle King lifted his hand, and Yertle the Turtle King gave a command. He ordered 9 turtles to swim to a stone, and using these turtles, he built a new throne. They look very precarious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the king is on top. And using these turtles, he built a new throne. He made each turtle stand on one another's back, and he piled them all up in a 9-turtle stack. And then Yertle climbed up. He sat down on the pile. What a wonderful view. He could see most a mile. That's pretty far distance to see. Oh, mine, Yertle cried. Oh, the things I now rule. I'm king of a cow. I'm king of a mule. I'm king of a house. And what's more, beyond that, I'm king of a blueberry bush and a cat. I'm Yertle the Turtle, oh, marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see. Do you think he's a good ruler if that's all he cares about? And all that morning, he sat there up high, saying over and over, a great king am I, until long about noon, then he heard a faint sigh. What's that? Snapped the king. And he looked down the stack, and he saw at the bottom a turtle named Mac. Just a part of his throne, and then this plain little turtle looked up and he said, beg your pardon, King Yertle. I've pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here, your majesty? Please. Silence! The king of the turtles barked back. I'm king, and you're only a turtle named Mac. Oh, that's very unkind. You stay in your place while I sit here and rule. I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule. I'm king of a house and a bush and a cat, but that isn't all. I'll do better than that. My throne shall be higher, his royal voice thundered. So pile up more turtles. I want about 200. What will happen if you stack 200 turtles on top of each other? Turtles, more turtles, he bellowed and brayed, and the turtles way down in the pond were afraid. They trembled, they shook, but they came, they obeyed. From all over the pond, they came swimming by dozens, whole families of turtles with uncles and cousins, and all of them stepped on the head of poor Mac. Poor Mac, he's at the bottom. One after another, they climbed up the stack. Do you think they'll get to 200? Oh, I'm not sure. Ooh. Look, he's above the treetops. Then Yertle the Turtle was perched up so high he could see 40 miles from his throne in the sky. Hooray! Shouted Yertle. I'm king of the trees. I'm king of the birds, and I'm king of the bees. I'm king of the butterflies, king of the air. Ah, me, what a throne. What a wonderful chair. I'm Yertle the Turtle, oh, marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see. Well, 40 miles, he could see pretty far. Then again, from below in the great heavy stack came a groan of from that plain little turtle named Mac. Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below we are feeling great pain. I know up on top you are seeing great sights, but down in the bottom we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand, our shells will all crack. Besides, we need food. We are starving, groaned Mac. The king is not taking care of his turtles, is he? You hush up your mouth, howled the mighty King Yertle. You've no right to talk to the world's highest turtle. I rule from the clouds, over land, over sea. There's nothing, no, nothing that's higher than me. See how his eyes look, the turtle's eyes look? Ooh, the king is so mad. He's angry. Look at it. But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise up over his head in the darkening skies. What's that? Snorted Yertle. Say, what is that thing that dares to be higher than Yertle the king? I shall not allow it. I'll go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can and I will. I'll call some more turtles. I'll stack them to heaven. I need about 5,607. But as Yertle the Turtle King lifted his hand and started to order and give the command, that plain little turtle below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Mac, decided he'd taken enough, and he had. And that plain little lad got a little bit mad, and that plain little Mac did a plain little thing. He burped, and his burp shook the throne of the king. Look at, they're all going in different directions. Yertle the Turtle, the king of the trees, the king of the air and the birds and the bees, the king of a house and a cow and a mule. Well, that was the end of the Turtle King's rule. For Yertle the Turtle, the king of all Salmasand, fell off his high throne and fell plunk to the ground. He fell actually right in the pond. Ooh. Look at how happy Mac looks. They're like, whew, it's over. Do you think Yertle the Turtle King will learn anything? And today the great Yertle, the marvelous he, is king of the mud. That is all he can see. And the turtles, of course, all the turtles are free, as turtles and maybe all creatures should be. What did you think about Yertle the Turtle? The main character was the king, Yertle the Turtle. And then there are a lot of other characters, secondary characters, that were the turtles. And the king decided he couldn't see far enough, and everything he could see was in his kingdom. And so he came up with a plan. He devised a plan to stack the turtles, and then he could be on top. And he stacked them and decided that wasn't high enough, and so he stacked them even higher. And then eventually the turtle Mac had had enough, and he burped, which means air comes up out of your stomach, and that made all of the turtles move, and the king fell off and fell straight into the pond. He kind of got what he deserved, didn't he, friends? Friends, please join me. Tomorrow we're going to read Gertrude McFuzz in a few days, but tomorrow I have another Dr. Seuss story for you. I will see you then, my friends.